The Golden State Warriors are off to a piping hot start to the 2022 NBA season with a strong but scrappy win over the Lakers in their season opener, followed by a great performance against the Clippers in arguably the game of the season in its early days. Game 2 was led by Steph Curry, who dropped 27 points. Yes, 27 points in the first quarter, and then 45 points overall for the whole game. He was simply phenomenal. These performances from Golden State have been incredible to witness, and it's just crazy to think about that this is just the tip of the iceberg for them. So, in today's video, I'll be discussing the great things that I've noticed with the Golden State Warriors to begin this season, who's been playing well, and why I believe this team still has a whole other level that they can reach this season. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to reach 18,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors. As I mentioned, Golden State are 2-0 to start the season with some very impressive wins against the Los Angeles sides. The one thing that's led them to playing so well, I believe, has to be their depth. I'll talk more about the players in depth later, but for now, the Warriors supporting cast has been simply phenomenal in the opening couple of games. Jordan Poole has shown his potential as a secondary scorer behind Curry. Bjelica has been surprisingly brilliant as a playmaker, offensive creator, and sometimes defender. And the bench as a whole has been a lot better than last season in terms of helping Curry. It's a big reason why they won opening night versus the Lakers. Curry struggled, but he was backed up by his supporting cast, something that didn't happen a whole lot last season. The Clippers game was more like 2021, where Curry had to carry the offensive load for the most part, but again, the supporting cast overall has looked a whole lot better and more cohesive. The Warriors' play has also been supported by their excellent rebounding early on. Golden State is averaging 52 boards per game in their opening 2 games, and have out-rebounded both the Lakers and the Clippers by 5 and 15 rebounds, respectively. It's been a key area of their game early on, and has allowed for some momentum-shifting moments that have kept them on top late in games, even when the Clippers and Lakers were beginning to make runs. If the Warriors keep up that level of rebounding for the majority of the season, they're going to continue to be an extremely formidable side, and one that's a lot harder to keep up with. Another thing that's really impressed me with Golden State through these 2 games has been their defense. Their rotations have been superb and have locked down the stars of the opposition for important stretches. Just take a look at the final few possessions of their game today against the Clippers. The effort is there, the intensity is there, and the right calls are being made when switching players. And in turn, they're getting serious results, with the Clippers shooting 12 more shots than Golden State today and still losing. It obviously pays to have a guy like Draymond Green on your team on that end, but I think the Warriors unit as a whole has been superb on the defensive end so far. The final element of Golden State's game that I think has led to their fantastic early season start is their playmaking and passing. It's obviously a big part of the Warriors system, I know, but I think so far in these 2 games, we've seen Golden State's players have trust in each other, and that's catapulting their assists per game and the overall number of good looks they're getting. Even against tricky defenses that double Curry, Golden State have found a way to move the ball and get great looks, averaging 30 assists a game in these 2 matches, which is an increase from their 27 a game from last season. Maybe I'm just noticing the ball movement more this season compared to last, but it feels like Golden State are constantly getting the ball around the court. Every player is always involved on offense, and that's leading them to be so successful again early on. Let's talk about some players now though who have contributed heavily to the success of the Warriors in this start to the season, starting with the main man himself, Steph Curry. Today, Curry decided to remind us that he is still in the best form of his career, as he bounced back with a monstrous offensive performance after a slightly disappointing one in opening night. To be fair, Curry was crucial in other areas against the Lakers outside of scoring the ball, using his gravity to his advantage by dishing out the ball over 10 times. but we did get to witness the magnitude of Curry's offensive greatness in the game today against the Clippers. There's no need to ramble on about Curry for too long here today. You all know his impact and his brilliance, but it should be made very clear that these wins are not made possible without Steph. He's playing like an MVP right now. Another guy who's been exciting to watch early on for the Warriors is Jordan Poole. Though he's been a bit more inefficient than his preseason action and has turned over the ball quite a bit, Poole has proven to be a great second option in Klay Thompson's absence, and his confidence is really all the Warriors can ask for when Curry sits. With a 20-point outing against the Lakers, Poole has shown the capability to step up when required, and it's why Steve Kerr and co are beginning to trust him so much. Another player I've absolutely loved watching early on for Golden State is Bjelica. He has been a massive surprise for them. He's really become their secret weapon as of late, as his playmaking, shooting, and overall play has made the Warriors so much more versatile than previously imagined. His impact early on has been unprecedented, and a major benefit to Golden State too, allowing to provide the Warriors spacing as a big, but also the ability to crash the glass, set screens, and run plays. His 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists against the Lakers show how he can be the X factor of this team moving forward, and it's made the Warriors seem like a lot deeper and more dangerous team early on. Again, he provides a lot of versatility for this team offensively. Hopefully, we see that level of play from Bjelica continue, because he has been really good to watch early on. Some other players I think have been important to Golden State so far are Damian Lee and Andre Iguodala. Lee has been a fantastic scoring spark off the bench, averaging 13 points per game on solid efficiency, and Iguodala's return to Golden State has given the Warriors veteran leadership on the court as well as a reliable shooter. These two have been both reliable offensive guys that the Warriors can go to when they need a bucket, so that's why I'm including them in the most impactful players so far today. Now obviously there are so many other players I could talk about here, guys like Otto Porter Jr. and Kevon Looney who have had their moments for the Warriors in these two games. But the 5 that I've talked about today in depth are the ones that I think have been the most crucial to the Warriors' success to date. However, the craziest thing about this start though for Golden State is you just know that the Warriors can get so much better from here. This is nowhere near their final form, and for them to be this exciting and this in tune early on provides a great outlook for this team. One reason why I say this is because obviously it's still early on in the season, so chemistry isn't at 100%. The turnovers have been pretty high for Golden State in their first 2 games, so expect them to cut them down as the season goes along, and that will lead to some more efficient offense, which is pretty crazy to say because their offense so far has already been pretty good efficiency-wise. When this group gets in a rhythm, they'll improve even further from this, and be more likely to hold on to their quick starts out of the gates as well. With that said though, the obvious and the biggest reason why I think Golden State is still a little way off their best is because they still have Klay Thompson and James Wiseman to come back, which will add even further to the offensive depth of this team and make them even more dangerous and versatile. I mean, to add Klay Thompson back, who even at 90% health is a top 5 shooter of all time, as well as another stretch center in Wiseman, it's just going to make Golden State close to unstoppable offensively, if these first 2 games are any indicators. It's incredibly exciting times for Warriors fans, and to avoid repeating myself any further, they are looking extremely scary from it. So, just to summarize, these are my thoughts on the Golden State Warriors after their opening week in the 2022 season. The team looks a lot deeper early on compared to last season. The supporting cast has been providing Curry with plenty of help when he needs it. However, Curry still has had to carry the offensive load a little bit, particularly today when Golden State couldn't really get much going when he sat. With that said though, even with the electric play of Steph, Poole, Bjelica, and more, the Warriors still have potential to get even better with the imminent return of Klay Thompson, most notably in a couple of months' time. It's just crazy to think about how good the Warriors look now and how much better they have potential to become. I know it's early days and I'm doing my best not to overreact, but it's a very, very promising start for Golden State. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the season plays out and if they can continue this type of form. But I certainly would have my eye on them moving forward. Golden State is looking legit once again. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good are the Golden State Warriors to you? What did you think of their opening 2 games? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.